Well, hey there, all you property preservation maniacs. It's Chuck Taylor with the Taylor Shop coming at you again with another vlog. And this week's vlog, we got to talk about it again. I have to bring it up again. Apparently, it's accountability. Unbelievable. First, I'm a little under the weather, so I have a cough drop in my mouth. I'll try not to make it too obnoxious, but that's how hardcore I am. Even sick, I'm still at work. I'm still in the office. I'm still making vlogs. This is how we do it. Property preservation never ends. Doesn't care if you're sick. Doesn't care what the hell goes on in your world. It never ends. So you must make yourself available. Got it? Right on. So, accountability. Now, I've talked about this before. I didn't think I'd have to talk about it again. It turns out that I have to. Or, maybe a lot of you got it. Maybe a lot of you understood what I was talking about. But there was obviously a few out there, a couple in particular, that didn't. Now, I've been in the property preservation industry for over 15 years. I'm not going to go over everything, but, I've worked for a national servicer. I've been in the field, and I've been running my business, the Taylor Shop, for the last 11 plus years. One might assume I've accumulated just a little bit of property preservation knowledge. And because we've worked with contractors all over the country and clients all over the industry, we've seen just about every possible situation you can be in. Not only have we seen it, but we know how to handle it. And that's just one of the many, many skills and talents that we bring to the table. So, accountability. Accountability is taking responsibility for your actions. And the most important thing about accountability is not blaming somebody else. And I just felt like I had to make this. Maybe this is kind of more of a rant. I want to get some things off my chest, or bring up some more valid points that maybe I didn't bring up before, but chances are I will, or did. But yeah, I had a couple contractors recently. We had to part ways with, and of course I'm not going to name names, but they know who they are if they're watching this. And the one in particular was extremely green. I mean, I'm talking green. I just started like 8 months ago or 6 months ago or something like that. Like they bought a business, they bought a P&P business and all this jazz, and they came to us and wanted to get their business in line, get it streamlined, get it organized, and get it to be more efficient. That's exactly what we do. And the number one thing I tell people when they ask what it costs to work with the Taylor Shop, I can tell you right now, the number one thing that it will cost you is a willingness to listen and change. If you are not willing to listen and change, for the better, obviously, then our working relationship will not work. Just will not work. Now, most guys, when they come on, they're, oh, yes, Chuck, yes. That sounds great. Absolutely. Listen, change, great. You tell me, I'll do it. I'm like, well, I'm not a dictator, and we're certainly not trying to run your company, but we will offer a tremendous amount of suggestions and the best way to do it, because as you see, as I said before, we've kind of been around the block numerous times. We've seen the pitfalls of what guys can do when they don't listen and they don't change. So, and we tell guys that. I say, listen, you don't want to end up in this situation. Here's how you prevent it. So, in this particular guy, we work with them for a few months or so, I can't remember, and obviously we were making suggestions, like fundamental changes. I mean, we're talking, they were a disaster of like biblical proportions, and we were making suggestions, change this, and it was, I think one of the worst, well, it's not really one of the worst, but it seems to be, as of late, is like the husband and wife teams. Now, You guys know as well as I do, I've worked with my wife in this industry in the past, and we work great together. But the problem is you have a wife who, say, does the office stuff, and then you have the husband is in the field. Okay, so the husband probably knows a little bit more than the wife about the P&P side of things, but she's the one handling the office and administration stuff, but doesn't know what she's doing. And is like scatterbrained and crazy and is just like losing her mind and all this stuff. And then we come along and we say, okay, here's what you need to do internally. Here's what you guys need to do in the field. Initially, keeping in mind, these people only had a few months, less than a year. I don't remember the time, but it was less than a year in P&P. And we were telling them, like, they were doing things the most asinine is the only way I can think of, the most asinine way to do this job. And in fact, if they kept going this way and if they continue going this way, they are not going to be in business much longer. They're still not going to get a lot of volume. They might do a few orders, but they're not going to get any type of volume. They're not going to scale their business. So we kept telling them, you got to change this. You got to, they would fill out their guys' PCR forms in the office instead of making the guy in the field fill it out because he, is at the property. He should know what it is. So there is a huge delay. And it was just stupid things like that. And so when we told them, like, hey, here's what you need to do. You need to get your guys, we provide you with proprietary forms and everything else. We set you up. We give you every single tool you possibly need to succeed. So if you do not succeed working with us, it's not because of the tailor shop. It's not. So you have to take accountability. So, in this guy's situation, he's... they say, okay, we're going to change. And then like 2-3 months down the road, still hasn't changed yet. And then when I, have a conference call with him and I confront him and say, well, what's going on with this? Yeah, well, the wife says, he's not going to change. Husband's not going to change. He doesn't want to change. I'm like, well, we discussed this before you signed the contract and explained to you how there will be some suggestions and there will be, you have to have a willingness to listen and change. And they agreed. Now all of a sudden they don't want to agree. But apparently a guy that's had less than a year in the P&P industry apparently knows more than a guy like me who's had over 15 years of a multitude levels of experience. So I'm sure you can imagine as well as I did and do and every single day, get extremely frustrated because I'm not here to beat anybody up. I'm not here to do anything. And quite frankly, if I explain to you, hey, this is wrong, here's why it is, this is a mistake, it's just pointing out facts. And it's not, sometimes you gotta break people down to build them back up. Because, and I don't mean that and I don't mean that really in a negative way, and I don't mean like browbeating and like making fun of people and stuff. I just mean you have to say, look, man, this is what you're doing, and this is why it's wrong. Here's what you need to be doing, and this is why it's better. I mean, I just don't tell people, here's our suggestion, and just because we said so. I provide you with logical, reasonable examples as to why. Not to mention my, reputation. Hello. If you're in this industry and you haven't heard of the tailor shop, you must be new. So it's really frustrating when it doesn't work out and the guy gets upset because he didn't want to listen, he didn't want to change, and then he wonders why the system that we've put together is not working. It's not working because you're not working it. It's just unbelievable. And, of course, we're the ones to blame. It's our fault. We hear this, you didn't do this. We did everything we said we were going to do. And guys just don't follow through. And, of course, you have all these stereotypes. Contractors are this, lazy, stupid, blah, blah, blah. And I've never fallen into any of that. I never thought negatively about contractors, just in general, just the term contractor. I've never thought about it, and I still don't for the most part. But what I've found is there's a percentage of them that will do nothing but blame somebody else. And what's funny? There's a show out there called To Catch a Contractor. And if you haven't checked it out, go see if you can find it on Netflix or something. But it's a great show. It's called To Catch a Contractor. It's kind of like that To Catch a Predator show, but it's called To Catch a Contractor, and it's got that guy from the Man Show. I can't think of his name. But they go around to people that had hired contractors, and the contractor took their money and didn't do the work, and then they go to confront the contractor, find out why he did this, and every single one of them blames somebody else and lie through their teeth. They lie like they breathe. They just, it's hilarious. It's a great, I mean, it kind of, I can relate to it. Let's put it that way. So it's a really good show. To Catch a Contractor. Go check it out. There's only a couple, 2-3 seasons. But it's quite entertaining, and just like in P&P, mind you, this is like general contracting work, but just like in P&P, you see the quality of work is just atrocious, and they're actually doing rehab on people's houses. They're saying, give me $30,000 to redo your kitchen, and then they gut the kitchen and never come back, and then you're stuck with this kitchen, and it's just it's just terrible. But accountability. I don't know, and I hate stereotypes. I've been stereotyped a lot in my life. I hate it, and I don't like it. But, to break down and to eliminate a stereotype is to act opposite of the stereotype. Not continually, do that, do those actions, that fall in line with that stereotype. Now, like I said, of course, that situation didn't work out after months and months, and purely because they didn't want to listen, they didn't want to change. They felt like they knew more. They literally said, they said that we didn't know what we were doing, we were nuts and everything else, and I'm just like, these guys are off the rocker. And I mean, it wasn't like we were telling them to do handstands in the field. We were asking them to provide the fundamental reporting information. The kind of information you report so that when you have somebody process your orders, whether it's in your office or somebody like us, they can do it pretty efficiently. I mean, come on. When you have only a handful of orders a day that you're doing, literally, and we got to send every order back because you're missing basic photos and you're missing information and all this stuff, and that's easy to fix. It's just, okay, you need to get up on the roof and take a photo. No, they won't take a photo. They won't accept a photo from the ground. You got to get up and take a photo. I'm not saying you got to do a tap dance across the roof, but at least for I don't know, almost said for fuck's sake. Well, I just said it. Well, I should have said that. Well, hell, let's just swear in this one. For fuck's sake, at least climb up the ladder and make it look like you got on the roof. I understand if you don't want to fully get on the roof, but at least get up to roof level and take photos at roof level. Don't take them from the flower bed. We'll send them back, and then guess what? Because your client is going to send them back because they want photos from the roof. But when we ask for it, guys get all patooed, like, what the hell, man? He provided photos. I'm like, yeah, but they're not acceptable photos. Your client's just going to send them back. I'm not going to push an order through that's blatantly incorrect. That's just dumb. Accountability, man. You better be prepared, whether it's working with a tailor shop, in business in general, or just in life. You damn sure better man up and take accountability for your actions. I got another guy I just talked to. Oh, let's see. When did I talk to him? Oh, yesterday. That's right. Who we've been working with for a while. Has the lowest volume of just about any contractor I've ever worked with. So he only has 3 orders on his open at any given time, and every single order is always late. Every order's late. Always late. It's late when he does it. It's late when we get it. And then he had the audacity to tell me that his business hasn't grown since working with the tailor shop. And he was mad about that. And I said, but you send every order to us and it's late already. And you have extremely low volume, so there's no reason. I was like, when me and my wife were in the field, we were banging 8 to 10 maintenance orders a day. Plus grass cuts. Plus at least 10 grass cuts. 2 people a day. Yeah, it happened that way. I'm not saying we did 10 trash outs in a day, but we certainly did 8 to 10 maintenance orders a day. So when I see a guy that's got 3 maintenance orders on his open, And, then he sends us one order for the day. I'm like, why didn't you clear out your open? So let me tell you something. I'm just going to, and I'm not going to get into that guy's whole situation because he was an absolute dolt. But let me just make this very, very clear to everybody out there. Because I've worked, obviously you all know I worked for Safeguard internally. I was a senior regional coordinator there. I used to control contractors, get them work, and take care of all their problems. Listen, bottom freaking line, if you do not get your work orders in a timely manner, and by timely manner I mean preferably on time, at least by the due date, and if it's going to be delayed, you damn sure better let your client know why it's going to be delayed and in the estimated day to complete it. And if you don't make that estimate, you better give them another estimate and tell them, hey, here's why we got delayed, and it's going to be done on this day. Because I'm sick and tired of hearing guys call up and complain because, they're like, why are you getting any more work? What's going on? Are you guys updating your orders fast enough? And I'm like, well, we're doing them in real time. You can't get much faster than real time. When you have one order on your roster for the day, and you don't send it to me till 8:00 at night. Yeah, dude, it's getting done tomorrow because my people are gone. Because everybody and their mother is sending stuff in real time. It gets dark at 6:00, 7:00, whatever time now. There's no reason to send an order at 8:00. None. I got guys in rural Georgia, with crickets and cows and, fields of whatever. They get their stuff to me during the day. Boom, boom, boom. They don't have any magical anything. They just get it done. They figure it out. They get it done. Taking accountability. That's what it is. So don't come to me saying, why am I not getting any more work when you have 3 on your open and they're all late. And they're not even crazy orders. They're like, a secure bid estimate and a work per bid. That's a half a day of work. So, listen. If you think you're the only guy in your area, you're not. Trust me on that one. If Safeguard tells you you're your only guy in the area, you're not. Trust me on that one. Or any of your clients for that matter. And if maybe you are the only guy, I guarantee you they are looking for somebody else. You could be the best there is. You could do all your work great. They're looking because they're not going to have just one guy in an area. So my point is, there are guys out there much more hungry than that guy I just talked to. And that guy's in Michigan. I'll tell you this much. He's in Detroit. Detroit. We're not talking a cornfield in Nebraska or Iowa or somewhere where there's like 40 properties in the whole state. We're talking about Detroit. We're talking about areas like Cleveland, Chicago. These are major metros with a plethora of work. Plethora. So if you ain't making bank in a major metro, you're absolutely screwing things up one way or another, and you need to figure out what it is. And you know how you can do that and figure out what it is? You can contact the tailor shop. That's right. You can absolutely contact the tailor shop. You can go to www.thetailorshop.com. Do not forget the. You must put thetailorshop.com and peruse my website. I have a wonderfully, in fact, in my opinion, the best and possibly only website for a property preservation processing company in this industry on the web. And you can go on there and see all kinds of great information about what we do, how we do it. There's an 800 number. You can call us. 800 number. Not going to cost you a cent. Call my 800 number. You will speak to somebody. They will ask you a short list of questions and set up a call with me. And we will talk. And I will go over everything and how we will make you a much better contractor. Now, grass cut season's coming up. We're at the beginning of March. Some places are getting started early with the grass cuts. By April 1st being the official start date, but people are getting ready. So here's your opportunity to get in with the tailor shop now and have things set up so when, the springtime hits and grass cuts and, the maintenance influx happens, you'll be ready. So Yeah, if you want to do yourself a favor, reach out to the tailor shop. If you just want to waste your time, waste your money, then don't. It's just that simple. If you're not serious and you're not willing to listen and change, don't bother. Don't waste your time, and for sure, don't waste our time. You know, I have a lot of girls here that work their asses off. And I can tell you right now, I can guarantee you right now, I got more people in my office that have actually been in the field than any other company doing what we do. I can guarantee it because I know. So not only do we have people that are processing orders that are excellent at it, but a good percentage of them have actually been in the field. So they know what they're doing. They know why they're doing it. And you're not going to get that in Bangladesh. You're not going to get that from some stay-at-home mom that might have worked at MCS for a minute. It's just not going to happen. So don't waste your time. Don't waste your money with anybody else. And certainly don't waste it with me. Because I'm not going to waste your time. And I'm not going to waste your money. You have to think about what you're willing to pay for. If you're going to go cheap, go cheap. If you want quality, you call the tailor shop. That is the bottom line. So anyways, I'm going to end this little rant, if you will, or whatever it is, with this. Listen, I've seen a lot of people in my life. I've worked with a lot of people. This is not my only business. I have a few businesses, actually. And, you know, I've worked with a lot of different kind of people over the years. And the people that don't survive in business in general are the bullshitters. You can start bullshitting when you're up at that multi-million dollar range, but most of the guys that I'm talking to, mind you, aren't. You know, we work with a lot of multi-million dollar contractors, but a lot of the guys I'm talking to aren't there yet. They'd like to be there, but they have not a clue how to get there, and unless you're willing to listen and change, you ain't going to get there. Bottom line is, take accountability for your actions, period, point blank. You know, be a man and take accountability. I don't know how else to say it. It sounds stupid, doesn't it? Do you even have to say that? Excuse me for my sniffling. I don't even have any Kleenex around here. You know, it sounds stupid to even have to say that, but you'd be surprised how many guys would hang up the phone because they get a little upset. I guess their panties got twisted or something because I'm trying to have a conversation and they don't like hearing what I have to say because what I have to say is the truth. I got no reason to bullshit anybody. I don't waste my time with bullshit. Everybody knows that about me. I'm straight shooter, man. I tell you like it is, straight on. I don't sugarcoat it. I don't bullshit you because I don't want to waste your time or your money. Because I take what we do very seriously, and you should too. Take that accountability and be serious about this. Don't be like some of these other knuckleheads that, you know, they think they know everything, and when it's not. I don't even know everything. I learn something new every day in this business. Oh yeah, yes. Even me. So let's wrap this up and send y'all on your way. You know, accountability. Take it. Or leave it. It's up to you. Reach out to us if you're looking for the best. We've changed our pricing. We've changed our programs. We've changed everything to accommodate any size contractor out there. Startups, small, big. You got volume. You're doing 100 orders a day. Bring it. We want it. Bring it. Bring it. I'm calling you out, people. I'm daring you. Bring it. Think we can't handle it? I'll prove you wrong every time. And in fact, I can handle that and a hell of a lot more. I haven't been around for over 11 years in this business, in this industry, for nothing. And this is decaffeinated tea. I don't even do caffeine. How about that? And I still get a lot of crap done in the day. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Have yourself a lovely day.